It's up for grabs now!
Magic ball from Bergkamp to Patrick Vieira!
Oh, would you believe it? Oh, right, what a way to get it!
Fabulous solo goal by pierre-emerick.
Champions.
What a fucking waste of an intro. All that hype. And for what? Welcome to the Arsenal Lounge. Fellow fans, like, I don't even know where to start. Like, thank you for joining us. Those of you who have, we weren't even sure whether to do this because of the traffic. There's everyone doing it. But you know what? I need to get shit off my chest. I'm sure you lot at home need to get shit off your chest. So I'm going to start this off. Welcome, obviously, to my boys here. The Dadash from another mother, Shaheen. My Dadash below me, that means brother in Iranian, by the way, African. My Dadash all the way in, is it Canada, bro? Is it Canada?
North Africa.
Yeah, Africa, wherever it is, bro. Like, we're here. I don't give a shit anymore, right? So Duncan Dubs, Rohan, all you boys, Cypriot, James, Guna Glenn, Mo. Let's just do this, man. So firstly, I'm gonna say my bit. That was embarrassing, disappointing, sickeningly poor, no passion, no heart. They should be ashamed of themselves. Waste of a 45 minutes. We did nothing for 45 minutes. They looked more likely. They looked in control. We didn't even look like scoring until a couple of moments. Aubameyang hit the post in the first half. He hit the post in the second half. Unfortunate, I'm not going to lie. He's hit the inside of the post to come out. But that performance in a semi-final of Europa League, did you look at those players and think they were looking to die for the cause? Did you look at those players and think they're busting a gut to try and win this game? Did you look at those players and think we're going to get something out of this game? Where do we start? The midfield was non-existent. Got buoyed off by Coquelin, a player that we got rid of a few seasons ago when he couldn't get into the team and was a sub. Our backline constantly looks shaky. Leno on the ball looks pathetic. Partey gave it away. Let's even Bellerin. When did he even keep the ball? The most pathetic right back I've seen in a long, long time. Like, I don't even know where to. Just someone take over, man. This is fucking shit.
If you want me to take, I'll take over.
You didn't even fucking watch it, man. Fucking hell, man.
Well, now you know why I didn't watch it. Because shit, I wonder. I watched the first 20 minutes. It was all Villarreal all over us, and then I went to play my football. I enjoyed my time playing football. When I came, I watched. It was a shit result. All I saw, I opened the BT app, and I see these players sitting like this on the ground, and these Villarreal players, they're just celebrating. Listen, when you get a manager who has no experience whatsoever, you bring him in. He just got outdone by somebody who is very experienced in this tournament.
He didn't get outdone, bro, man. The guy didn't do anything. No, they're both shit. They're both shit managers.
How many shots we had on target?
Like 2 in the whole game.
We had 4 shots on target on both games. Not just tonight, both games. Right? So you need to look at the setup, man. There's no point you say no blame on Arteta.
All right, let me tell you something. You telling me that man for man, that squad is not better than Villarreal's? Fuck off.
They're a more balanced team than we are.
They're not. They're
You're
not.
contradicting yourself.
I'm just pissed off. I'm not contradicting myself. No, our team, man for man, we got a better team. Man for man, we got a better team.
So then whose fault is it that this?
It's Arteta's, man.
You're there, done, finish. So why are you arguing? I'm telling you,
I think they're both shit managers. They're both shit managers.
Inexperience. And that's it. It's done now.
No, I can't, Mo. I can't tell you. I can't tell you what the fuck we were doing, bruv. Like, I don't even know where to start, man. I don't know. What we were doing.
First of all, we all need to calm down. I know we're angry and all of these things, but we didn't play in effect. There was a bunch of players who went there. They were set up wrong. They flopped. They didn't put a shift in. Right? They didn't do what they were supposed to do. And then we're out. There's nothing we can do about it. It's done. It's finished.
No, but I'm not here to go, oh, we're out. There's nothing we can do about it. Carlito saying it's Ramadan. Bro, look, I respect it's Ramadan, bro. I respect it's Ramadan. But, like, you know what?
That's got nothing to do with the subject.
I'm sorry, bro. But, like, everyone's had their fast on whatever it is. Like, I respect that, bro. But at the end of the day, this is shit, man. This is shit. Like, we went out so badly. I wouldn't have minded if we actually put our asses on the line and like, you could see people dying for the cause. That first half was null and void. It was like we just went there and we just played through the motions, hoping we would do some sort of tactical masterclass where we were going to nick a goal. Bollocks. Why weren't we going for the kill from the start? Listen. African, man, you're here, man. Africans here, we're not even letting the man speak, man.
Yeah, go on, bro.
Listen, I mean, I see how angry Lev is, and to be honest, I just don't want to let myself get that upset because this team doesn't deserve that. This team doesn't deserve us to be supporting this club through thick and thin and getting upset like this. This team has been shit for a long time, Lev. It's been shit for a long time. Why are we waking up all of a sudden now? It's been shit.
I haven't woken up, bro.
It's been shit for 5 to 10 years, man. This team is unbalanced. We haven't been spending money for 10 years. Look at Chelsea yesterday. How they played, bro. That was a fucking amazing team. We're shit. We've been shit. We shouldn't be expecting to be in the final. Even if we got to the final, we were going to get destroyed by United. So either way, it was going to be the same results. So why are you getting upset? There's no point of getting upset. We know what the problem is. Even if it's not Arteta, we would have still been a shit team. That's how it is, Lev. That's what we have to, like, we have to wake up to this. Our expectations are way too high for this team. We're shit. That's what it is. Bro, I don't understand why you're upset.
You got told, Lev.
Wait. You're telling me you don't understand why I'm upset? Look at you, bro. You're like,
yeah, of course, because I love this team.
So
I love this team, bro. I'm not going to work tomorrow. I'm not going to work tomorrow for this team.
By the way, what happened to Man United game? Does anyone know?
Fuck United, man. I don't want to talk about Man United.
It was Roma won 3-2, but ultimately it didn't matter, Lev. This team has been shit this whole season. But what I'm upset about is that Arteta fucked up last week. And that came to bite us in the ass this week because it was 0-0. And if we played the right team last week, we wouldn't be in this situation. And it's all on him. It's unforgivable.
Let's stop yelling, yeah, because there's people in the chat saying we can't. I hear that, man. We got to stop yelling, right? I'm sorry, boys. Yeah, there's a super chat in the house already. Right. C Nagel 199. So pissed off. Can you bring me on fan cam? Fan cam's tomorrow, bro. Come on. Right. That's tomorrow, 8 p.m. We've got lead judges. We got, I think Edu's coming on. African. Just come on tomorrow, bro. Like, there you go. You've got my permission to come on.
Tonight, let me just try to put this thing into perspective a little bit, right? Tonight it's a lot bigger than us going out of Europa League. Tonight is probably a beginning of a very, very dark road for Arsenal Football Club. And I'll tell you why. Because we're stuck with players who are average at best. When it comes to it, they couldn't do the job, right? Most of them are at a certain age that they're not going to have any value for them to be moved on. No European football next year. We've got a below average manager. We've got a shit owner. And this is now beginning of a very dark path.
You see this, African? This is a man who's not had to sit through 90 minutes of this shit, right? So he's sitting there all fucking calm. Let's just reflect on this, guys.
Listen, calm yourself down. I'm normally a very calm person, right? And I'm not going to fucking 11 o'clock at night lose my marbles over a bunch of fucking pricks who can't put a shift in.
I love the fact that you say you're not losing your marbles. Cool. Wait, there's people in the chat saying we should do a special fan cam now. Like, they want to come on and vent. I don't know. Do you want to let people vent? If you don't want to fucking come on and vent with us, we'll drop the link in there. Come and vent with us.
I'll get the link. 1 sec.
Just let me know. Like, obviously, respect to my Muslim brothers and Ramadan and all that thing. I get it.
I'm really failing to see what Ramadan has got anything to do what we're talking about now.
Well, I don't know. If you don't want to come and vent, come and vent. Shadman 393. So much hope for Jack Grealish, and thank you for your donation, and thank you for the previous person's donation as well. I didn't say anything. I'm like an idiot. I apologize. So much hope for Jack Grealish at this rate. Jack Wilshere wouldn't even sign for us. We're cemented as a mid-table team. Kroenke out. Hashtag Kroenke out. Hashtag Arteta out. Hashtag Edu out. All got to go. Hashtag Ekin. Hashtag, what's that one? Rangnicking.
Guys, I'll put the link in the chat. So you click on the link, it will bring you here.
Oh, you guys asking to come on? It's on now, so don't give it Billy Big Bollocks. And all right, so you want to come on? Click on the link. Click on the link. See Nagel.
We'll come on.
Click on the link.
We'll put you on. Yeah, but listen. So as I was saying, tonight is the beginning of a very dark path. Unless, right? Kroenkes, they sell, and this guy has got, this new guy has got big plans, right? Or they put their finger out of their arsehole and they say, right, comes under the season. Because listen, from now to end of the season, it's irrelevant what's going to happen. It doesn't really matter, right? So now, then the season, they will pull the trigger on Mikel Arteta. He will go, and they have to invest at least 200 million pounds on this.
Are you going to give that clown 200 million? And listen, I'm calling him a clown now. I've been defending him all season.
The trigger on him, Lev.
I mean,
I don't know why you taking this out on me, bro.
Bro, have you ever seen me pissed off? I am fucking pissed off, bro. Right? You look like a spina, so you're pissing me off anyway. But I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off. All right, look, people in the chat. Yeah, you say you want to come on. James Haddon, we've put the link in. C Nagel, we've put the link in. Just click the link, bro. Click the link. You can just click the link, and then we'll bring you in.
Yeah, they'll do it. But it's a very. I am more worried about our future than us going out of the Europa League. I'll be very honest with you, because it's going to be hard to attract players to come next year unless you're going to go to somebody and say, listen, I'm going to triple your salary. Right? United did with Paul Pogba.
We can barely spend money on the right players. You think we're going to be able to offer these guys the money, wages?
Listen, we're at a place that this is the only place. This is the only way you're going to attract top names. Other than that, you need to start looking at tier 2, tier 3 players. So just so we can get back into this fucking Europa League, forget Champions League. To get back into Europa League, right? And as I said to you, I am a lot more worried about the future of Arsenal Football Club under the current setup and regime than us going out tonight.
You know what? You're totally. That's it. It's the knock-on effect of this now, right? We as fans have been warning this club for season upon season to invest, to get it right. The board haven't been doing enough. Well, even when Wenger was here, the board weren't doing enough. They could have given the guy money and they didn't. He was at fault too for letting it go on as long as he did.
Agreed.
Right? And then it's just they got rid of all the winners out of the club. All the people that were in place that were the tradition with that club has gone. Our soul has gone. Everything's gone. And it's all down to these owners, right? And now what? Now what, Kroenke?
It's too late to invest. Now too late. Even if they want to invest, we're not going to be able to attract the players that we want.
Even if he does invest, like Shaheen rightly said, it's going to have to pay. He's going to have to pay more money, right? He's going to have to pay more money for people to get attracted to come on. The Visionites is in the house, yeah. The Visionites. Look at the Visionites. Looks like he's just about to bust off a track. He's a producer. Look at him. What are you saying?
Not right now.
No.
Yeah, thanks for putting me on. Sorry,
don't be silly, man. You're one of us, bro. You're one of us, man. Go for it, bro.
Yeah, well, basically, I think fucking Shaheen's right on the money here. Like the whole thing. When I was watching the game, I wasn't even like, we need to win this because we need the trophy this year or any of that shit. It was like, we need to win this game because this is the future of the club. Do you know what I mean? This is like the whole next couple of years depends on what happens today, really. Shaheen's 100% right. Look, we've got Arteta now. We're not sure what's going to happen with him. Right, we've got Kroenke. We're not really sure what's going on with that situation. We've got all these older players like Lacazette, Aubameyang, Willian, all those kind of guys. David Luiz. We know they're all going to head off in the next year or two. So what's going to happen with them? We're not going to be able to get replacements. All we have going for us is the young players that we've just brought through. And are we going to be able to turn them into world superstars when everybody else around them is disappearing and the team's going downhill?
What young players are you talking about? I mean, they're going to leave.
Saka, exactly.
Boy, Shaheen's opened the floodgates, man. Everyone's coming in.
I just want to address that. I mean, the Visionites, of course I know who you're talking about. I mean, but why would Martinelli stay the way he's treated? And then he comes on in the 60th minute. I mean, you know what I mean? He's been mistreated. Why would he stay here? Barcelona, Madrid, all the top teams are going to come poach all our young players. And they're going to offer shit money. And we're going to be so desperate to take 30 million, 20 million for all our best players like we have been for the last 10 years.
My point is that we're going to have no way to make income other than from getting rid of our only assets, which are these great players.
You're spot on. I just want to move on so everybody can get their say. Henri, you're next, man. Go on.
Henri's looking like it's hot where he is, boy. It's hot where he is. Look, he's got the top on.
I'm fucking pissed off. I'm really fucking pissed off. Actually,
let it go, bro.
I decided I was not going to watch the match. I'm actually talking from Ghana. I decided I was not going to watch the game, and I bundled my data, spent almost like 90 minutes, watch Arsenal play like we not played, and Liv made a point. Ordinary Chelsea. With Chelsea started like that was like when Abramovich bought Chelsea. He has invested much more. And our owners just sit down, just taking money from the team. I'm fucking pissed off this evening. And I have Chelsea friends who are going to be.
What time is it over there?
Who cares what time it is, man?
No, hold on. What time is it over there, bruv?
It's 10 p.m. 10 p.m. here.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Right. You know what? Very quickly, yeah. One thing. Henri's hit the nail on the head, yeah. When Chelsea beat us in Baku, right? We were both at the Europa. Look at the differences they've gone on to where they've gone on to. They were in the Champions League final. We're going worse. We're getting worse, man. We're getting worse.
Liz, do you know something?
Yeah, bro.
That match, I nearly cried because I had my hope on that game that we were going to use it as a backdoor to Champions League. And we played nice in the first half. The second half, we just went off. I nearly cried.
Right, can I say a few things?
Yeah, man. Who are we talking to? Who's talking?
Is it Charlie or James?
Charlie.
All right, Charlie, go on, because James is
right, so,
Charlie's in the dark, like, you know, when you're watching those TV shows and you don't want to show the face, innit?
No, right,
there he is. Yes, Charlie. Right. Yeah, he's a good-looking fella, man. You don't hide in the dark, bro. Tell us what's going on.
So you look at it, right? When you look at when we got beat by Chelsea, and then you look at it to now, all the same players, they're weak mentality, right?
Yeah, man.
And they've got the skill there, but they're weak, you know. And I get it. They're much better than us, Chelsea, and it just shows you where they are now to where we are, right? But even if you was to give Arteta all that money to go out and buy players, would it make a difference? Because Arteta can't even pick up our best 11.
Charlie, me and Lev were speaking earlier today, and I'm going to ask you this. Has Arteta done anything for you to say, I'm going to give him that money?
No.
So that's it.
I want.
Exactly. That's the thing. My man hasn't done anything, and I'm just conscious because I want everybody to have a say. And James is, I know, one of his our regulars. So, brother, James, floor is yours.
James, bring the camera down, bro. We can't see you, bro.
I backed Arteta for the whole season, you know, like let me down tonight. I'm lost of words. I can't even, like, me and my brother were just watching it, and like he wasn't even vexed. He just walked out. He's like, I can't watch this anymore.
Bro, James, nothing's calmed me down today, but your accent is chilling me out, bro.
Oh yeah, from Trinidad and Tobago.
Love that, bro. You just keep going, bro, man. Keep going.
Yeah, big up Trinidad and Tobago.
Big up Trinidad, bro.
I just like
it's seven people here. Like, not one person, right, is saying, we should give this guy more time. And this is the reflection of the families right now. And you know, listen, I'll tell you something. There is I can see there is a manager in Mikel Arteta somewhere, but this is not the place.
Yeah,
Not here,
McDonald's, man.
Too early.
He needs to go. I think he needs to go maybe to Spain or maybe a mid-table team or some maybe get a bit of experience and so you learn a little bit more. And then this is too big for Mikel Arteta, man. And he's just been outdone by Unai Emery over 2 legs.
Well, you look at it.
Yeah,
You look at it.
you know something? I think United.
We all got to take turns, yeah. We all got to take turns, yeah.
Okay.
So you take Henry, then James, because James was saying something. So go Henry, and then pass it on to James.
I'm saying I think Unai Emery promised Arteta a job that if he played draw with him, he's going to give him a backroom job. So I think that is what he did tonight.
Interesting. James, go on, bro.
I don't know if you all saw this, but Henry spoke the other day about managing Arsenal, and he said, "I'm not ready for that job yet. I need time in the managing career." So he even knows how big that job is. It's too It's too inexperienced.
For him, he's a fake Pep. At the end of the day, the way you got to look at it is every big game that he's had, how many times has he picked the wrong starting 11? We've all said it when you go, you can't make head or tail of why he's picked him. Last week, he should have picked Martinelli, but he's picked a false 9 and he's never done it all season. So can someone answer me why he's done that?
You know what? I'm starting to believe he is copying Pep. Even the language he uses.
No, that's ridiculous.
No, wait. Let me tell you something. I'm not being ridiculous, right? Just hear me out before you say I'm ridiculous, right? When I say he's copying Pep, I'm not saying he's sitting there in the mirror trying to be Pep. But he's learned from Pep these last 3 or 4 years. The 100%. language he uses is Pep's language. We have to suffer together. We have to do this together. And I've heard him say it a million times. Then this false number 9 position. We've never done that before. Pep does these things. Pep does these things. He's not Pep, and he doesn't have Pep squad, man.
Yeah, it's so right. It's not about him just copying, but it's about the fact that Arteta spent so much time around Pep and learned like most of his trade from being around Pep. So it's obvious that like a lot of ideas are going to seep into him. You know what I mean? It's not that weird.
Don't even get me started on this dude, man. This dude here, man.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck.
It was terrible today. I'm not just scapegoating him, right? But every time the ball went to him, it just came back to the centre. You knew that was what's going to happen. You knew that was what's going to happen.
He's shit. Dog shit.
I just let's see what Victor has got to say. If that's the same Victor,
that's Victor from Moscow, bro.
Was that you? You remember? No. Your man is frozen, I think.
His screen froze. Perfect timing. You got away from it.
Victor's so vexed he can't even move. He can't even
and come back.
You scared him off, man.
I think that's the same Victor.
Man is so vexed. He's so vexed. He's just shook. He's shook, bro. Look. What you done? Go on. Yes, Victor.
Yes, Victor.
No, Victor.
Go.
Guys, I'll tell you something, right? I'm just going to put this towards all of you, right?
You need to get that mic sorted.
Arteta in the morning.
Say that again.
Should we sack Arteta in the morning?
I think you should, yeah.
No.
Who's saying no? Kick him off right now. Kick him off right now. Whoever said no.
He said now.
Okay, no.
No, I don't think we should. I don't think we should sack him in the morning. It doesn't really matter what happens now for the next couple of games. What really matters is that we get the right manager in next. And if we sack him tomorrow morning, it means that we're a bit more under. We've got now 2 months to find a manager for next season and take us forward.
I agree.
You know what I mean? So there's no need to sack him tomorrow. We need him for the next couple of weeks.
There's 4 games left in the season. That's the point.
Yeah, but can I tell you the problem with sacking Mikel Arteta? If you sack Mikel Arteta, then you also got to sack Edu and Vinay, because they're the ones who thought this guy is good enough to do a job. Also, these two are the guys that is going to pick his replacement, which again, it could be another dodgy decision.
Yeah, but
so you see, it's a lot of people. There's a lot of fingers that is going to be pointed at a lot of people.
Well, look at it this way, right? With Arsenal for years and years and years, they've always acted slow. Yeah, they've never got enough players when we've had the chance of winning the league and this and that. We've always been a few players.
Always 2 or 3 away. Always 2 or 3 away.
Always 100%. A few players away.
Yes.
I used to be a ball boy. when we had the Invincibles, right? And that was the best team you could ever watch.
Ridiculous.
You look at it in that. If we was to sack Arteta tomorrow, and then sack Edu and things like that, we've done something we've never done before, and done it in advance, where we could get a manager in advance instead of waiting to the last minute and then going, right, you're sacked, and do it after he's had the next transfer window and got who he wants, and then sack him. Why shouldn't we sack him now?
All right, this is one problem I got with all of this. We've waited till we're out of Europe now.
Yeah.
Who's going to come to us? Who's going to come to us now with no European football that's any good other than some Southampton manager or like people say Graham Potter? I was laughing. Wait. People say Graham Potter. I was laughing at Graham Potter. I'm not laughing no more. I ain't laughing no more, bro.
Lev, listen, I'll tell you something, yeah? Whether you guys may disagree and laugh now because we're all emotional, this and that, but this is still Arsenal Football Club, right? And I'll tell you something. Money talks. If you go to a Simeone, for argument's sake, right, and say, brother, how much is your salary? You're getting 70 grand a week. Right, I'll give you 120 a week. Well, he will come to you, no problem.
He's the most famous manager in the world, by the way.
He'd ruin his reputation. He'd ruin his reputation.
We don't do like this. No, but listen, if you go to, for example, Simeone and say, listen, I'm going to triple your salary. I'm going to give you 200 million pounds to spend, plus whatever money you sell from these players, you put on top of that 200 million pounds. He will come to you. But the problem is, we don't have a type of owner or the board that will move like this.
Yeah. Yeah,
that is the problem.
All right, let me just say something here. If we're all going to say something, because there's a lot of people in the group, yeah, just one at a time, we get our points across, yeah? So make sure you give each... No, it's cool, bro. It's cool. We're all venting. We're all pissed. But just make sure we pause for a second. If someone's going to say something, give them their time to say something. This is what I think is the only thing that can save us, guys. Like Daniel Ek coming in. Daniel Ek. If he comes in with money.
Listen,
Daniel Ek, it's like, what's his plan? What is he going to do?
African wants to say something.
I'm gonna get something. Lev, I mean, yeah, of course, we, any hope right now in terms of anybody buying Arsenal, it could have been like the stupidest name ever, and we would have said, yeah, please buy Arsenal. That's how desperate we are right now. But what guarantees do we have that Daniel Ek is actually going to go and spend the 250 million pounds that is necessary to rebuild the squad? You might buy this team and say, listen, I don't have the money. I just spent a 1.8 billion to buy this team. I don't have the money to go and splash the cash on rebuilding this team. It's going to take us 3 to 4 years, and that is obviously something that we need to consider, right? It's not just like this guy's going to be our savior. He's going to come in and splash all the money that we want. I mean, we need to be realistic as well. As much as I'd love him to come, I don't think he'll spend all the money.
He comes in, African as well, what if he comes in and says, right, Mikel, fuck off, Patrick Vieira, take over? No, and I don't think people will be happy with that. I just think, another thing we've done tonight, you know what that is? We just fucking handed Man United the fucking Europa League. Yeah, because
100%. They're gonna batter Villarreal 3-4-0. Easy. It's an easy game for them.
Look, to what you just said there is, how do we know he's going to be any different to the Cronkies that we've got now, right? We've had the Cronkies for, 10, 15 years and they've done nothing. At the end of the day, if he was to take over now, we don't know if we're going to be any better off, but at least we're going to have someone new who we can put our faith into. He's got the Invincibles, Vieira, Bernd,
Charlie, I 100% agree with you, man. But the problem is I've been patient. I'm 25 years old. I've been patient for so long. And now you're going to tell me to be patient for another 5 years. I can't wait anymore.
I'm not going to tell you that.
The thing is, right?
Charlie, stop upsetting him, man. Look what you're doing to him. He's getting vexed.
You're 25. I'm 29. I was a ball boy and watched the Invincibles to now watch this shit.
Yeah,
right?
so take that.
I've seen the heartbreak. I've been there. I've done it. But what I'm saying is,
let James come in.
I need to calm down. So let James come in.
We don't know if we can trust this man, right? But we know we cannot trust the Cronkies.
We can't. No,
we don't know.
No. Listen, guys, I agree with your points. My point is, how much longer do we have to wait? I agree with you. Of course, we don't trust the Cronkies. I just can't wait anymore. This is gonna take too long. I'm gonna be dead by the time we actually become successful.
Bro, leave it out. You're 25, man. You haven't suffered like me.
I'm gonna have a heart attack with this team. I'm gonna die
come
soon.
on now.
1 second.
Albert J.
Albert,
you do it. I'll be back in a minute.
You right?
Go
Like, you
on,
hear me?
don't tell me, brother.
Yeah, I got now. It's good to now. I thought, let me come on, man. It's a tough night, in it, but what can you do? Yeah, man. You know what it is? I've heard the word embarrassment been titled around a lot tonight, but I was embarrassed a few years ago in Baku. Tonight was expected, man. If I'm being honest,
Boy,
that first half was no tempo, insipid. I could even slightly understand the first sort of 15-20 minutes being a bit cagey, but you know what I mean. We're coming into second leg, knowing that we need to score one, but I personally think we needed two because our clean sheet record is our home form's horrendous. It's not good at all. We have to get 1 in 6. And you know what? The team lineup. I mean, you know what? Thomas Partey, despite what people may think, whether he's played well or he hasn't played well this season, injuries and that, but I think he was set up tonight to fail, man.
Yeah, it's too much to do on his own. Too much to do on his own. Way too much to do on his own.
And I can't believe it. Like, yeah, because I was clock watching, thinking, you know what? When's this guy gonna see this game and make the changes when he needs to make it? Because you know you've got all that attacking option on the pitch, but we look toothless, man.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, we didn't look like score. Like I know we had the chances that hit the post and stuff, but we didn't actually look like creating a chance in open play. Like it was a header that was knocked out and aubameyang got on it, or it was another crossing. It was a hopeful crossing that aubameyang got his head to.
We didn't deserve to win.
When did we actually cut them open?
Never. Didn't.
Never. We did.
Over both legs, we have 4 shots on target, bro.
Jesus. That's embarrassing.
That's not good enough. You don't deserve to be in a final when you got 4 shots on target.
But we was doomed to foul after the first leg, having that false 9. He had Martinelli sitting there, ready to play. He's young, he's energetic, but didn't want to play him, and then decided to play a false 9. So
what's his fucking problem with Martinelli, man? What is his fucking problem with Martinelli?
I don't know.
Because he loves them so much.
I don't know.
Shaheen, I'm gonna let you organise this thing, man.
No, hold on, guys. I'll tell you something. There's too many of us here, right? So I'm going to start from the people who came on first. So, Vinicius, if you want to have your last say, and then I'll move you on. You and Henry, both of you. If you want to have your last say, then we need to obviously give these new guys, and Victor as well. He's just coming with Albert, so we need to give him. So if you
I don't want to lose any of these boys, man. I don't want.
No, it's all right. It's all right. We've got to give some more people space. But I just want to say
the final say, and then we'll more people.
Can we at least keep James? Because James chills me out, man.
No, James is
going to say yes. Thanks for letting us on. But just last thing, bro, I'm going to head off now. But I want to ask everyone a question. Do you think the board and those guys there are looking at any replacement for Arteta previous tonight? Have they been looking at anyone?
You think they watched the game tonight? They didn't even watch the game. They don't even know we played, man. They have no clue. They're clueless.
They were doing a Shaheen tonight, man. They weren't even there, bro.
Well, I want to play football because I could easily see something like that happening.
Oh, Visionites. Big up, brother.
Yeah. Cool.
Wait, 1 minute. Wait, are you a producer? You're a producer, bro.
Yeah. Make dub reggae music and then kind of
dub reggae.
Check us out, soundcloud.com/.
Peace out. Make a track on Arteta out.
Dub reggae,
I was thinking it the other day. I was going to make the artwork, the picture of the fans outside of this stadium. Everyone's standing on top of it with the Cronky Out banner on top of it, man. But I can't make a reggae song that embodies Cronky Out. It just doesn't really fit, you know what I mean? It's all instrumental and that.
Send it to us on Twitter and then we'll post it. Thanks for coming.
Bless out, babes. Peace out.
Man. Nice one.
Anytime, bro.
You're doing great job. You're doing a great job. So peace out.
Thanks, man. Thanks for your support, brother.
Cheers.
Okay, you're welcome.
Listen, Victor.
Big up Ghana, man.
Yeah, what's the carry? He's the same Victor who had a bit of a thing with me over Macedozio.
No.
Oh, you're lucky there.
And he's a Pepe fan too. Where was your boy tonight? Where was Pepe tonight? 72 million for what? For what?
Come on, let's be realistic.
I think he put in a good shift.
Yeah, Pepe did everything he could.
Look
That's good enough, man. 72 million. Look at De Bruyne last night controlling the game. I mean, the night before. I mean, 72 million. The guy can't even take a player on and have a shot.
African Gunner. We played 2 number 10s today and we didn't manage to have 2 shots on targets. We played 2 number 10s, 2 creative players, and we still can't create. It's on the manager.
Were we playing through the midfield? We weren't playing through the midfield, though, were we? We weren't.
If you look at Villarreal, you could see what they are trying to do. You could see the plan. What was the plan today?
They were just managing the game.
Counter-attack. Defend and counter-attack.
We had no plan. I mean, we played 2 number 10s and we resulted in going to the wings to cross. Cross and for who? For Aubameyang to nod? Like, come on.
We hit the post.
Plan.
Then score.
As much as we want to shout Kroenke, yes, is at fault. But tonight is on Arteta. That's the truth.
But under Kroenke is where this demise has happened. Let's be honest, yeah. Right? He hasn't invested. He should have invested when he had the chance. He didn't invest enough. Right? He's let it get worse. He's let it get worse, bro.
Lev, 180 minutes with a team managed by Arteta, and he could only concede 3 shots in 180 minutes.
And we should have lost the first leg more.
3 shots. This is Unai Emery. Last week against Levante, he considered 12 shots against Levante. 12. Against Arsenal in 180 minutes, 3 shots. Come on, it's bad.
This is what I want to throw out there to everyone in here, right? Evening, Ben Davis, piss off here. I know why you're here, you Spurs prick. But you went out against fucking Dynamo Zagreb.
Spurs are fucking worse. They can't talk.
Yeah. Anyway, listen. Do not tell me, everyone in here, do not tell me, right? Man for man, do we not have better players than Villarreal?
Easy.
Albert, man, I'll ask you that as well.
Maybe Parejo would make an midfield.
Albert, you're mute, bro.
Sorry, bro. Sorry. You know what it is? For the last few weeks, right, when this tie came about against Villarreal, I heard a lot of talk about they're not a very good side. Unai Emery this, Unai Emery that. But my thing was, we're not a very good side. We've got some players in our team that can win a game on any given day, but we're not a good side, man. And you know what it is, mate. I always said, like, when we sort of got to the last 32, I thought, you know what, I still think Arsenal are going to come up a bit short. You know, I think quarterfinal, semi-final. I can't trust. I don't particularly really like this team very much, if I'm honest with you. And I just don't trust them to, when it comes to the crunch, to go and get the job done. The thing is, we still got players in this squad who were part of the final in Baku, and that was the final. So why are they gonna? How are you gonna trust these guys to get you into a final? The thing with the Arteta. Sorry, Tashim. Quickly with the Arteta thing. Sorry, I'm gonna before you come in.
No, sir. For
the ones that are, I won't say pro Arteta, but for the ones that were kind of, whatever happens, give him a chance. But my thing to people was, okay, what is it you've seen with him in 18 months that makes you so convinced? Forget what the board are going to do, that he should get another summer or he should get another season. What is it? I'm still waiting for the answers, because the one key word that I don't see in this Arsenal team is progression. Manager, players, none.
I think the FA Cup is the reason he lasted so long this season.
Yeah, but listen, Albert, to answer your question, bro, is basically nothing. Me and Lev was discussing this morning on the show, and I said, Mikel Arteta, not only that he has not demonstrated any improvement, he keeps making the same mistakes over and over again. Bad substitution, too late. This whole curious case of Martinelli. All of this is everybody's baffled. Even the pundits, the ex-professionals, they're all baffled. Why is this guy not getting a game? And you know what? We've come short today. And you know what? I'm in the same boat as you. I privately told Lev this. I said, listen, Unai Emery is going to do this guy. You remember that, Lev? Yeah? No, listen, Unai Emery is a specialist in this competition.
Yeah.
Right? You can't take that for. It's not like, oh yeah, he's washed up. No, and he's just demonstrated that. And Mikel Arteta, he hasn't really. There was nothing that I could see that he's trying this tactic. It didn't work, but he tried so and so. No, he went there and he tried this false nine for no reason.
Yeah.
He left the strikers on the bench, and then this time around, yes, we have better squad, but you know the mentality, the way they set up the game plan, it comes from the manager.
Right, let me say something. This team.
I saw his interview when I was on my way coming here to do this thing. Yeah. On his interview, he said when Xhaka got injured, in my game plan went out to the window and everything changed. You can't blame that on Xhaka getting injured, bro.
All right, let me say something. This team has always flopped. Every time there's a big game, right? They flop, right? This is a mentality issue with this squad, right? And listen, look, every time we get a game where we're going to get into the top 6 or top 4, we flop, we lose, we get a player sent off. It happens every time. And when we don't have anything to play for, like Newcastle game the other day, okay, granted, it was only Newcastle. But when we got no pressure on us, we play much better. We can't handle it.
They're called bottle jobs. That's what it is. They bottle.
Listen, guys, it's not only. Sorry, Albert, just to jump in quickly. I mean, it's not only about a mentality thing. We can't compare. It's not only a mentality thing. It's a quality thing. Our players are bang average. It has to be a quality thing. You can't tell me over the last 10 years all the players we've had have had bad mentality. I mean, Alexis Sanchez, Fabregas. I mean, the list goes on. We've had good players with good mentality. It's the quality of the whole team. It's just been poor. It's been mediocre, and it's caught up to us now. And we're in a big hole. I don't see us coming out of this anytime soon, unless we spend $250 million this summer, and that's not happening.
I can't believe it, Africa. You're 25 years old. What are you gonna do, bro?
Can I ask a question, please?
Yeah, Arteta puzzles me, man. Arteta puzzles me, man. Like, even before the start of the game tonight, he said about Bellerin that he came. I can't believe he picked him today, but he said that he played well against Newcastle. I thought, what game? I must have been watching a different game.
How many times did he give the ball away? How many times did he give the ball away today?
Levs, I was watching him today. He doesn't offensively. He doesn't offer us anything, and defensively, Bellerin.
Yeah.
I was watching the City. If you watch the City game against PSG and you watch the Chelsea game against Madrid, they played in tight spaces. They had the ball in tight spaces and they could play and they can keep that ball. Some of the football was just ridiculously good, right? And then you watch our lot and we just can't keep the ball.
Look at the difference. Look at the difference in quality.
Albert, you were not here earlier. Sorry, Victor. I'm going to come to you after me, right? You were not here earlier. I don't know if you were watching on the background or something. I was saying to the boys, I am more worried about the future of our club tonight rather than us going out of the Europa League. Because tonight could easily be a start of a very dark road, man. No Europa League.
Can I say something else?
Average players, average manager, no money to spend. Why would anybody want to come to Arsenal? Also, why would the likes of Martinelli, Saka, these boys, why would they stay? Kieran Tierney, you know? So that is a bigger picture that worries me that a little bit more. Sorry, Victor. I know you wanted to say something, so go ahead.
And then James, go on.
Yeah. And then I'll go after James.
I want to ask Lev and African a question. You know, you said it's a quality thing. Now,
why me, bro? Yeah, go on.
Let's assume the managers are swapped. Arteta at Villarreal and Unai Emery at Arsenal tonight. Who qualifies?
We do, but then we get pumped in the final.
Listen, Victor, there isn't that much difference, to be honest. And I'm not saying quality about the manager. I'm saying quality about the players, man. Look at Barcelona, Real Madrid. Look at Man City. I honestly don't think, even if Pep Guardiola wasn't at Man City, I still think they would be the best team in England. Because look at their squad. That's what I'm talking about, quality. Look at the players that they have. Look at their bench, man. We are crying for a team like that. That's in our dreams to ever have a team like that. So it's not about the manager. I hear you, you know. Emery might be a little bit better than Arteta because he's more experienced, but I don't think it would have made the whole thing. You know what I mean? And as he said, if we made the final, we would have still lost.
Wait, Victor. Wait. Johnny boy, more chance of Lev getting a date with Helen than us. Johnny boy. That's because of that thing I said. Hey, Victor, I've got another one for you as well. That was a good question with regards to Emery or Arteta, but then I'll put to you this. If it was another manager last week when they played us, right, and we went down to 10 men, that other manager who was decent would have buried us that night, right? Not taken off a strike on ball on Coquelin, right?
No,
so
actually, you know,
he had
Asasa
a
was
chance
injured.
to finish us. Who was?
No, actually, Akasa was injured. That's why I was brought over.
Yeah, I know, but like you got a team down to 10 men. That was us, right? We lost that. We
but
lost
that's
Ceballos,
Villarreal.
you know,
Come
another
on, they're
manager
not
would have
meant to
finished
win.
us off, man. They're just
Villarreal
he's not
didn't
good
play
enough
good
either.
today to win us. They didn't play anything spectacular today. They were not spectacular.
No, they were shit.
They were
They were there
just
for the
poor.
taking. Yeah, they were there. They were there. Right, James, bro, go, bro.
Yeah.
I know you've been waiting, bro.
Two things. The first thing, what Shaheen said, with this could be a starter, very horrible thing for this club. It's you can't say that, but at the same time, maybe it's for the better with no European. Just start fresh. Focus only on continental. Probably less injuries too, because you don't have to do all those extra games. And with quality, there's the difference between us and Chelsea, right? Chelsea will go and spend £250 on 7 quality players. We would spend on 1, and it'll become a flop, and we get scared. We don't want to take the risk again. You have to take risk. If you keep taking risks, it will succeed. If we buy 5 quality players, maybe 2 won't work out, but 3 will. And that's the weak mentality of these owners. They're too scared.
I just wanted to address Albert's point quickly before we move on to the next topic. Albert, you said about Bellerin. I mean, can you imagine we played Bellerin, who Fabrizio Romano confirmed is leaving the club, and you're still playing him in a semi-final? I mean, it's embarrassing.
Leno's leaving too. Leno's leaving too.
Yeah, I see that.
I just don't get it, mate. I don't get what Arteta's doing. I don't.
All right, here's a question, right? Leno, he said he's leaving, yeah? Right? He's playing too, right? Did anyone in the club, we discussed this earlier, did anyone in the club when Martinez was looking to go, yeah? And he was saying, I want some first team football. Did anyone actually ask Leno what his plans were? And you get rid of Martinez for 30 million and you keep Leno, he's fucking off at the end of the season.
Listen, Lev, who's gonna take Leno right now? Let's be real. Like, this guy can say as much as he wants, like, I want to leave. But I mean, after this season, who's gonna take this guy? He's not a top world class, goalkeeper. I mean, none of the top 10 teams are gonna be looking for this guy. So if he wants, he can fuck off to a championship team or a second division German team. Because this guy's not getting into any top team in my eyes. So I don't know what he's talking about. But
wow, Africa's so bitter. He's demoting him to championship and second division.
I agree.
Boy, not even the Bundesliga.
Leno will go to a European. Listen, the fact that we're not going to offer European football, right? It will make it a lot easier for some of these players to leave. Unfortunately, they don't think that about themselves. They think obviously they're good, and I'm sure if Leno wanted to leave, you'll get offers.
Shaheen, then it goes back to our recruitment, Shaheen. I mean, how are we going to let this guy go for 20 million when we bought him for 25 million? I mean, again, another loss, another player.
I don't think they're going to sell him for 20 million, man.
How much do you think someone's going to pay for him?
I think he's got about 3 years left on his contract. So they'll tell him, listen, logically, and we all know Arsenal don't do logic, right? So logically, they will tell Leno, listen, you want to fuck off, that's fine, no problem. But we need to get, 28, 29, 30 million for you. If that doesn't come in, sorry, man, you ain't going anywhere.
Listen, Shaheen, a team that is not going to be in Europe next season, you think we can go and demand any price? Clubs are going to laugh at us. They're going to say, keep him. We don't want him. Unless you give him for 20 million, we're not going to pay you the astronomical, amount or transfer fees like a big club. That's what happened tonight.
His agent can make this happen if he wanted to.
All right, guys, we've had Aslan debuting on the show, yeah? We haven't even given man a big up, and we haven't even given him a chance to say something. Aslan, my brother, you're a regular, bruv. Speak. It's a shame we can't see your face, by the way, man. Where's your face?
Evening, gentlemen. Evening, Shaheen, Lev, everyone.
Hey, listen to that voice, bro. Love it.
Yeah, bro, sorry, I just want to I don't want to put my face out there, but obviously, I want to keep it respectful. I respect everyone's opinions on here.
Yes,
after tonight's performance, like I'm not being reactionary. I mean, straight up with you.
Yeah, man.
I've been Arteta out, and like you guys have seen me, I've been vocal in the chat for a long time now. I don't see this guy's vision. I don't see this guy's process. I don't see this guy's game plan, setting up per game. Like, I don't see it. Now, is he the sole reason that we are in this mess? on the decline? No. Kroenke's for me is the number one issue. The buck stops with them on how our club is being run. The buck stops with Arteta on how the team performs on the pitch. Now, I'm not a stat man. I'll be straight up with you. Like I hear these stats online, like Twitter, YouTube, here and there. You know, people are saying halfway into the season that we've got one of the best defenses. Like there was a stat going around that we had one of the best defenses in the league at the time.
Yeah, I remember that.
What position were we in the league? We were around 8th. So how are you like for people who are coming up with those crazy stats? Now you can be a stat man all you want, but if you're putting that out into the world, you obviously have an agenda. I'm sorry, you do. Because for some reason, yes, I was very happy, like any other Arsenal fan, when we won the FA Cup final. For Arteta, that was a great achievement. To him to come in halfway through the season, for him to do that was amazing. But now that's in the past. New season, come 2021 season, we're judging you from now on till the future. And unfortunately, this guy, now, yes, I do get that there have been some fine margins along the way where individual errors have cost us, but they haven't been more than a handful of games. The majority of the L's that we've had, and it's 18, by the way, 18, 13 in the League Cup, FA Cup, 3 90-minute games in the Europa that we lost. 18 in total. We've lost that many, yet people are saying, look, I respect everyone's opinion, but for me, I just don't see it. How can we trust this guy going forward? How, he's underachieved.
We can't trust him, bro.
The Kroenkes, like I said, number one, I'm Kroenke out all day, every day from way back.
Yeah, of course.
But Arteta, he has to own up to his mistakes. This guy is very stubborn. He's very arrogant when it comes to him picking his starting 11s. When players perform, when they have a good game or good run of games, for some reason, some way down the line, they get dropped. Their reward is to be benched.
That is so true.
Now,
That is
what
so
is that
true.
to do to the attitude, to the mindset, to the morale of that player?
Yeah, bro, you're right. There's so many players you can name. Go on.
Lev, sorry, Lev. I know I'm rambling.
No, man.
AG, he had a few issues with Pepe. I respect it. Like he says it how it is. I respect that. Some of his opinions I'm not going to agree. Some of his opinions I will agree. Now, when he was having a go at Pepe at the time, now my argument is with Pepe, we've had him for 2 seasons now. Under Emery and under Arteta, has that guy had 5 games in a row? Where
he has, to be honest. But I mean, not when he was.
What, in all competitions or in the league?
All competitions, yeah. Not
in the league, he hasn't, AG.
Yeah, I agree.
And when we have now, for me, in this modern game, being a fullback is one of the hardest positions to play.
Yeah.
If you paid me 10 million a year to play right back or left back, I'll tell you straight, put me in goal.
Yeah, I hear that, man. Listen, you can say that. Listen, bro, you can say that about a lot of players, right? Firstly, he does it like, look at Cedric, right? He was great as a right back. They were saying, oh, he's a better right back than Bellerin. Everyone was talking about it. He has one bad game as a left back, boom, he's out. Martinelli, he's done it to him. He has a great game against Newcastle. Next game, dropped. Holding could never do anything wrong, despite continually letting in goals. But then Gabriel makes a mistake, gone. You know, the list goes on and on and on. But let's move it on a bit. Like Charlie's back in the house. If you want to say something.
Sorry, Lev. I want to drop off.
Yeah.
So
all right, brother.
My computer's about to die. So and I don't want to waste any more time.
No, that's good, bro. That's good.
I will speak tomorrow, African.
You save some for
Cheers,
tomorrow,
guys.
bro.
Recover well, and Arteta
We
out
will.
hopefully in the morning when we wake up. Much love, but this team is disappointing, and I can't waste more time, losing my voice and crying about this team. They don't deserve it. Cheers, guys.
That's cool, man.
No, all I was going to say was what you was saying was at the end of the day, when they play well, and you think with anything, when you play well, you deserve to start the next game.
Yeah.
He don't look at it like that. And all these players that don't like Pepe and Martinelli and things like that when they have a good game, the next game they think they're going to get started and they don't, they're going to look at it and think, what more do I have to do to start the next game? And he plays the likes of Willian in some games and the false nine. At the end of the day, if he started the best 11 every game and they tried and they lost, we could half understand, but he don't, And when the big games matter, like last Thursday, he played a false nine. He's never done that all season long. But why didn't he play Martinelli? What was the reason behind that? What more can that geezer do to get a start every game?
That's a good point, because if you wanted energy up top, Martinelli would have given you that, right?
Listen, he'll give you everything. He's young, he's energetic, he'll give you everything. And if in my eyes, if Tierney wasn't to start, I would have had Saka there and Martinelli on the same wing. Two young players, energetic. They'd have both played well off each other, but he didn't do that, And in my eyes, I think Martinelli should have started because,
Well, I think
come on.
that's the point that a lot of people are making. But I just want to ask, and I'll come to you, Albert, on this. Where do we go from here?
He's got to go.
You know what? It's a good question. You know what? I don't understand. It must be only exclusive to Arsenal because it doesn't happen in other football clubs. Where in any job you do, any job you have, if you're underperforming at a senior level, they're going to get rid of you. Like, what are Arsenal going to do? They're going to write off not just this season, mate. The only reason why we finished 8th for last season is because we beat Watford in the last game of the season. Otherwise, we'd have finished 10th.
Yeah.
So Albert, sorry to cut you, and the two teams above us at the time, they lost on the final day.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why we came 8th.
Yeah, exactly. And so they can't just write off 2 Premier League seasons and go, "Oh, we're going to back you." How can you do that? You make us look like a laughing stock.
Would you agree with me that if they sack Arteta, Edu and Vinay, they need to follow him as well?
Yeah.
Vinay needs to be on his bike. Edu needs to be on his bike. I don't want to see that guy posting up pictures of him smoking the fattest Cuban, grilling up the fattest steak when he hasn't delivered on signings and outgoings for far too long, gents. We have had mediocre players. Yeah.
True.
Callum Chambers has got only a handful of games left. Come end of the season, Chambers has got 1 year left. Yes, Holding signed a new 3-year contract so that when the day comes for us to sell him on, we can add a bit of value. But I'll be straight up with you. Who's going to pay more than 5 to 10 million for Holding? Who's going to pay more than 5 to 10 million for Chambers? These men haven't even started for the haven't been capped for the senior England squad.
Yeah.
Do you know what
our losses? Like I'm all for us having a major clear out, but like being sensible and like accepting that we have to take a hit.
All right. Well, Charlie, you want to say something too, bro? Go.
Yeah. All I was going to say is that the worst thing about it, what you said there is, he ain't even playing Holding. The worst thing is he signed Holding on for another couple of years, and he ain't good enough to play for us. It ain't about upping their value. He believes that he's good enough to play. Like he said the other day, is the last 2 games that he's played with Xhaka at left back, he's been the main reason why we've had no goals scored against us. And how can you say that? He's kept the clean sheet because we've had Xhaka at left back.
Well, Holding seems to be his go-to centre back. Like, it's a weird one, and he keeps making more and more mistakes. It's more and more mistakes. I don't understand it. Gabriel is clearly a better centre back. All right, I know he's made a few mistakes recently, but at the end of the day, he's young. Yeah, Go on.
Lev, you know what? Sorry, Lev, you know what it is as well, mate. Like, the best way I can put it, right, is what have Vinay, Edu, and Arteta got in common? They're all inexperienced in their roles.
And they're all puppets. They're all
stubborn.
Well, we used to have a core within the club that was all traditional and had been there from player to then went into the coaching systems, and then some of them went on to manage, some of them went to scouting, but it was embedded in our club, right? What they've done is they moved us from Highbury, they've ripped our roots out totally, right? From the gut of the club. They've taken out all the tradition aspects, they've taken out all the good out of Arsenal, and they've turned it into a marketing machine that's just purely about money and merchandise and the global brand. The club don't matter, and this ain't Arsenal. This is a shell. This is a shell of our club, bro.
Absolutely.
Right? This is absolute bullshit what they've done to us.
Guys, I just want to point out something. Charlie, I know you've been on before, so we'll bring you back on, but I just want to give everybody a chance to speak. So I'm going to have to take you off and then bring somebody else up.
You know what? That's really fucking hurt me, man. When you think about what they've done to our club now, I've just run through it in my head. And they've turned it into popcorn club, and it's all about flipping Stan making some money, and he's putting 5 billion into a stadium in the middle of nowhere while we're suffering, paying top end money, right? And we're paying high class, we're paying business class flight money, and we're getting economy Ryanair bullshit. That's what was happening.
Yeah, and you know what it is? They use Arsenal as collateral damage. That's why they can afford to pay all that money. We're the collateral. We're the thing that when they go to the bank, they go, well, you know what? I'll put Arsenal up as collateral. I'm going to build a £5 billion stadium, and that's why he gets the loan, because he puts us up as collateral. We're the only one out of all these teams that are doing, even though as bad as we are, we're doing the best out of all these other American teams. That's why he wants to keep hold of us.
Bro, you know what? This guy's a leech. He's sucked onto us now, all right? And we need to get him out because he's a parasite. No, he's a parasite. That's the word, bro.
No, 1 second. Let me just sort things out. Charlie,
sorry, man. I'm pissed, man. I'm pissed.
Thanks for coming on and having your say, man. Much appreciated. I have to move on to get everybody. Victor, I'll give you a last say as well. So if you want to have your say, and then I'll bring anybody else. Same with James. So because you guys have been on for a while, I just want to bring everybody in. Aaron is here. He hasn't had a set yet, Aslan. And Albert, obviously, I know he wants to leave soon as well. So if you guys can have your final say, and then we'll move on.
Well, thanks for having me on, all right?
Yeah, no problem.
Charlie, anytime, bro. Sorry, man. I'm just pissed off, man.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, we'll watch.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'll go too.
Saka Teta, Vinay.
Have a good night.
Oh, yes. Oi, big up, Jay. Hey, come on again, brother. Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Big up Trinidad, man. Come tomorrow. Tomorrow, bro. Tomorrow.
What time?
I was in a bad mood. He just cheered me up again, man.
Yeah, Victor, James, thank you for coming on, man. Much appreciated.
Respect.
Cheers, man.
Have a good night.
Right, Aaron, do you want to have your say now, bro?
I will indeed, mate. Because you know what? I want to say something straight away. I'm not an Arsenal fan. I'm a Donny fan. I'm a neutral that watched that game tonight. And you know what? I grew up watching the invincible Arsenal. I grew up watching the Arsenal that dominated for years. And I've got something to say to Stan Kroenke, who's a fucking parasite. I've got something to say. Stan Kroenke has ripped the heart out of Arsenal Football Club. I can't recognise that club anymore. I look at Arsenal Football Club and I think, who are they? Who are they? And the reason why that is because they care about money. While you see clubs like mine and clubs like the League Two ones dying and getting put out of business because we can't be run properly and can't be monitored correctly. Not my club. We're run perfectly right now. We're run by a board that admit their mistakes and work hard to rectify them.
How are they run? Are they run the old school way? Have they got their the traditional board and all of that? People that are real football people.
Chief executive, football. James Coppinger, right, who's been at this club for 17 years and retiring on the last day of the season on Sunday. Yeah. He's going to be in a new advisory role starting next season. He knows the club inside out. He's been the DNA of Doncaster, and he's going to be in a flexible advisory role, helping mentor the next generation of Doncaster Rovers. That's ownership.
That's core grassroots football. When we used to watch football in 89 when we won and all of that stuff, and that era that from 80s, 90s until Murdoch got his hooks into our game. And as let's talk about it. You want to go bigger than this, we can go bigger than this. Murdoch has come in, he's taken something we love, they've taken our arts, they've taken our sports, they've taken everything, our music, and they've monopolized it and milked it, and they've diluted it into something we don't recognize anymore. Right?
They destroyed Arsenal.
It's not just destroyed Arsenal, they've destroyed football in general, right? It's all about who's got the biggest money now, the biggest owners, and people with highly questionable backgrounds taking over these clubs.
Mate, I've got so much to go off my chest right now. I swear to fucking God. Right. First of all,
it's a lot harder. I know you said you're an Arsenal fan, but for us Arsenal fans, it's a lot harder because some of us they had the hope of a European, glory, or we had the hope of potential Champions League that would help us out in a very dark place that we're in now. But now it's all vanished just like that.
The proper Arsenal Football Club was watching us take them to penalties in the Carling Cup of 2005 at Bellevue, and you guys won on penalties after a last-minute equaliser by Arsene Wenger's Arsenal. And I think it was Gilberto Silva, or I think it was Andre Santos, one of the two Brazilians, that did the equaliser. Arsenal Football Club right now are a shell of what they were, and I feel so sorry for the fans. I feel sorry for the Invincibles.
Man, we're getting sympathy from other fans now. Like, this is getting ridiculous. Is this what we've become as a club now? And I appreciate what you're saying, bro.
And I analysed that game today, right? And I ain't even spoke on the fucking game yet. But the players today, Bellerin, concentrate on planting trees. Xhaka, not good enough for the next step. Holding, not good enough for the next step. Mari, not good enough for the next step. Leno, fuck off. Partey needs better quality around him. Aubameyang needs better quality around him. Pepe needs better quality around him. Smith Rowe and Saka, if Arsenal's not going to change and they're going to get worse in 3 to 5 years' time, Saka and Smith Rowe, I'm sorry to say this, Arsenal fans, you might disagree, but Saka, Smith Rowe, all the youngsters, get out of Arsenal Football Club and go somewhere else to save your careers, because they are going worse and worse and worse and worse. And I feel so bad for the Arsenal fans because they're suffering through this. And I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to push the owners out. And I see what you're doing. But the truth of the matter is, Arsenal Football Club have been ripped out a long, long time ago. It was when Stan Kroenke and Ivan Gazidis first walked into them doors. And I feel so sorry for you guys because you didn't deserve that. And the players on the pitch right now, all they're doing, they're not playing football. They're playing average every week and collecting £100,000 to go and have the nice spa weekend in a couple of weeks.
We're still giving them contracts.
Yeah, we're still giving them, bro. Listen, there's only one way we can deal with this, right? We could go round and round in circles with this, and I'm sure everyone's got other things to discuss other than these boys, the Cronkies. But it's very difficult to have the conversation, to do anything with our club without looking at them. And listen, the protest Brighton game for me is going to be mad. That's all I'm saying. I think now Brighton at home after this result, I don't even like. I think if you thought the first protest was big,
even this
that might be postponed.
Bro, yeah, it's gonna be bitter, man. It's gonna
even
be
this Sunday, Lev. Even this Sunday, I would say.
Yeah, I see that.
He's gonna run circles round our midfield. Watch. Yeah, he's gonna run circles round.
You're right. We're playing at home Sunday.
Yeah.
Our 30 million supposed request to buy him, our bid, that's gonna double come we play Brighton.
Well, we got as Albert rightly said, we got a game on Sunday as well. Is that at home?
We've got a game on Sunday, but Arsenal
the next two games is going to be.
But Arsenal now is a team that everybody, in technical term, you refer to a team that is already on the beach. What do we have to play for? Nothing.
That's the sad thing, to be honest, because the sad thing is as well, if Stan Kroenke stays as owner, and I don't know if you heard this today, but the reports are Arteta is going to be given more money this summer to spend. And you know what? First of all, I don't trust that one bit. And secondly, they'll announce that they'll give him 80 million, but I think 78.9 million of that will be spent on Kroenke's new fucking wig. That's how much they'll spend. And they'll give like 1.1 million to Arteta to spend. So Go on then, spend a couple of Championship players for £1.1 million. Who the hell can you get for 1.1 million unless you're us? So, you know, I feel so sorry for Arsenal right now. Not for Kroenke and the club, but for the fans and the players that do care, like the Smith Rowes and the Sakas. But I think, and I don't know what your thoughts are on this, I think players like Bellerin and Leno are playing because they know they're sold in the summer and they won't try.
These deadwoods need to go, right? They're rotting out.
I think Bellerin's gone to Barcelona, and I think he's playing now just to average out his season.
Good, go. Look, these are the players with the weak mentalities. These are you seen that video with Spain collecting their medal? I think it's the World Cup. Is it the World Cup when they lost? Yeah, everyone's taking the runners-up medals and everyone's taking them off in disgust. He gets the medal and walks off all proud. Right, that's
Hector
that man's
Bellerin
mentality.
cares more about co-owning Forest Green Rovers than he does playing for a fucking Arsenal.
No, listen,
club.
he's dead. He's dead. He needs to go. He
needs
has
to
got
punch
a
trees.
weak mentality. There's a number of players we need to get rid of. Right?
But you know what it is as well, mate. Part of the problem is the fan base as well. And when I say that, I say sections because I'm not going to say all of them. But we've turned into sentiment FC, man. It's taken
ruthless FC. Ruthless.
It's taken for this season for some of the Arsenal fans to suddenly realise we need a new right back. To me, that's insanity.
No, man, we've needed a new right back for seasons.
Years.
You know what? I'll relate this to my club, right? There's one player from your club that relates to us, and it's someone we've got on loan from you guys to the end of the season. And he's someone who's shown more passion every time he's come on the field for us than any Arsenal player shown consistently this season in the first team. Tyrese John Jules. I don't know if he's out of contract this summer, but I can tell you guys right now, if Aubameyang and Lacazette walk, he's the only striker saving that attack because he's the only one that can finish. Trust me. But I tell you what, since you guys have got Bellerin on a new deal, I fully expect John Jules to sign permanently somewhere, and I wouldn't even be surprised if he came back to us because we care for him more than Arsenal do. And we were linked with, I think, some transfer reports saying we were linked with Miguel Aziz. You know what? I wouldn't even be surprised if they let him go for free and we take him and he turns into prime Pogba because Arsenal do not care. And Daniel Leak and the Invincibles buy this fucking football club before it becomes a championship club.
Oh boy, thanks for that.
Listen, Alan, thanks for coming on and giving us a point of view of another fan. Much appreciate your time, man. Next time we'll do a fan cam. Please come on and tell us your views.
Yeah, man.
So we just have to say goodbye and thank you for coming on, man. And then good luck to you for the rest of the season.
No worries, man. First, finally, can I just say quickly, this Sunday is our last game of the season, right? And this is what we're talking about with passion and someone who cares for his club. This Saturday is Sunday is the 695th and last game for James Coppinger at Doncaster Rovers Football Club. 17 years, over 800 appearances in all competitions since he's been here. He's scored nearly 100 goals. He's been here so long. He cares for our club. He knows this club. He's the most likely player to get a statue at this club. And he's someone who cares. He doesn't play for the money. He doesn't play for the fame. He plays for the love of the club. And this is what I was referring to. This is why I wanted to come on, because I come from a club where we don't get as much respect as we should do. We're a community club. And do you see that fan engagement table this week? Where fans engaging with the owners engaging with fans. Arsenal are below the top 50. We are 7th in English football. 7th place out of 92 clubs. And we are more engaging with fans than any Premier League and Championship club.
Speaks
Aaron, we've got other people. I've got other people to come on, bro. So I don't want to cut you off short, but I got to think of other people, brother. So, thank you,
Levs. I'm going to shoot as well, man.
Yeah, man. I'm feeling that.
Nice one, man. Thanks for coming.
Much love, bro.
I hope it was under different circumstances, but
thank you, bro. Thank you.
Take care, man.
Boy, I was in some zone there for a minute, boy. Like I've been pissed off. I've gone through some serious drama, and then we opened the floodgates, and we have some interesting characters flying in, out.
Just before you carry on, I just want to remind everybody: tomorrow, 8:00, we're gonna have Lee Judges, and we're gonna have Eduardo on the show 8:00. So come tune in. I'm sure Eduardo is gonna have a lot of information.
This Unib guy, boy. This Unib guy was cracking me up. I've been seeing you, Unib. Yeah, I hear you.
So just make sure you tune in tomorrow 8:00. We're just gonna bring Aslan quickly, Aslan, brother, if you want to have a final say on this, because we'll wrap up soon. I need to go.
Aslan, the Turkish lion. Come on, brother.
Thank you, brothers. Thank you. Yeah, like again, now you guys can throw around 5 to 10 names on who we can sign potentially in the summer. I can do the same. All I ask for is for my club to do is to be competent in what they do. I'm not saying go out and spend 100 mil on this guy, 150 mil on this guy. Now,
you're asking
go and make the correct signings. Identify who in this current team and squad is no longer cutting it. Get rid of them quickly and go and identify the players that we need to bring in. Now, whether you go spend $1 million, 10 million, 30 million, I don't care. As long as you make the correct signings.
I think that's a bit of wishful thinking, brother. These boys, they had 2 or 3 seasons to do that. And what they did, they ended up paying my man Ozil to go, paying Socrates to go. So it's not like they cut a deal. They paid them to go, right? And I have zero confidence in these boys. They'll probably piss away 150, 200 million pounds.
Bro, do you know what they've done to us? Shaheen, do you know what they've done, bro? Do you know what they've done? And that's like, I'll drop this as well, right? Basically, for a good few seasons, we, as it was mentioned earlier on, I think Aslan was the one that mentioned it, or maybe it was Charlie. We've needed maybe 3 players. 3 players. We were always 3 players off. Every time we had this decent nucleus of a team, we're 3 players off. 3 players. We need a DM. How long did we need a DM for? How long? Since the day we lost Vieira, right? Everyone was going DM. Right. So
it's like we can sign 1 good player.
Bro. We buy cheap, but we bought more. We bought average. We spent less than everybody else. Instead of going 3 top quality players and paying top dollar for them, no, we'll go and get this type of player, like a xhaka who's just not quite right, or an El Neni. What the hell's El Neni? What the hell is that? Like, I mean, with all due respect, he's a nice guy. I like it when he does well, but what is it? Is that our midfield? He's worse than Coquelin. We sold Coquelin a few years ago. How is this happening? Because we keep buying cheap, we keep going average. And it's little plasters for heart surgery. This is why we're here now. And now we stopped getting away with it. From the time Wenger left, we've stopped getting away with it.
Because imagine this, yeah, that these pricks, crunkies, they wanted to have this manager and this team playing week in, week out, when the likes of Barcelona, Real Madrid, Inter Milan, Man City, Man United, Chelsea, we would have got battered every week, man.
No,
fuck, you know.
What if this Super League actually went through?
Yeah, they want us to beat the league, man.
Well, not necessarily, because they would have pumped in a lot of money.
We would have gotten spanked left, right, and centre.
Yeah, but they would have pumped a lot of money in, because
man, I don't think they would.
Wait. Every team stood to get 350 million just to come in.
But you were not allowed to spend it on recruitment. You were allowed to spend it on for coronavirus.
It was, listen, they looked at it from a marketing perspective, bro. From a global perspective, marketing wise, it was a dream for them. They were all going to make money. Only people that were going to suffer was us. They didn't give a shit about us anymore.
Yeah, but that's
it's about the brand that they're not getting.
Is the owners want to take this team and this manager to a league that would have become laughing stock of that league, man.
Yeah, but they didn't care because you couldn't come out. You couldn't get relegated.
Yeah.
So,
but I wouldn't want my team to get battered every week.
Bro, look at it this way. Now it's a lottery, right? We're trying to get top 4 to get to Champions League. Can't get to Champions League. Try to get to Europa to get into Champions League. We failed on all fronts, right? This was a dead cert for them, season upon season. They didn't care about the game. They just wanted to make sure they were in there every season without fail or not. They're in it. They're in it. That's it.
Lev, don't worry. We're going to be in the Europa Conference League. We're still in Europe.
Well, man, fuck it, man. These guys are taking us for fools, man.
We've lost, as a club, we've lost our identity.
Yeah, now, man. This ain't the Arsenal.
Our Mr. Arsenal, Tony Adams, his famous quote, play for the name on the front of the shirt and they'll remember the name on the back.
Yeah.
That's from Mr. Arsenal himself.
Yeah,
Another one. R.I.P. David Rocky Rocastle.
Yes, man.
Remember who you are.
This was Arsenal.
Remember what you are,
this
who
was
you
Arsenal.
are, and what you represent. Now,
Yes.
these famous quotes, yes, they have been back from a few decades back. But for a long time, as a club, as a name, we've lost our identity, our essence, our everything. Like,
yeah, our soul's gone, man.
By name, by history, yes, we're the third highly decorated club domestically. In Europe, we've won a couple of trophies, but are they worthy compared to the other big ones? They're probably not. But like, we haven't been successful. Like those 4 FA Cups that we won, bro. Trust me, I was happy just as much as you and every other Arsenal fan, because I grew up on the FA Cup, the longest cup competition. It was an amazing cup. Like, it was an amazing feeling, but we failed to build on that. We didn't capitalize.
Right, is the FA Cup what it used to be, bro? Let's be honest. Is it?
But
I love the FA Cup.
What is that down to? Bro, that's down to the Premier League.
Yeah, listen,
that's down to...
We used to watch a coach from the morning with a helicopter following it all the way to the ground, and we sit there from morning till the game to kick off.
Man,
Yeah? This ain't the FA Cup no more, brother. It's not. It's a big cup, but they've taken it away the tradition of everything.
The point is, we have not. This club has been neglected for a while. Money has not been spent. Poor recruitment, poor choice of management. Owners making a wrong choice, not caring. There's not a lot right with this club at this moment. But anyway, Aslan, brother, listen, thank you very much for coming on.
We're going to save something for tomorrow.
Thank you for having me on. This was a therapy session. Sorry if I came on.
Bro, you're my intention. You're a Turk, innit, bro? You're a Turk.
Yeah, I was just venting, brother, man. Like,
yeah, I know, bro.
I'm vexed, bro. My blood is boiling.
I know, bro.
What can we do, man?
No disrespect, bro. We'll see you soon, man. Yeah. See you soon,
care, brother.
You too, gents. Thank you. Good night.
Big up. Bless. Stay blessed.
Yeah, nice one. Right, guys. You know what? It's 12 o'clock at night.
Fucking hell.
We've been going on for a while.
Oni, tomorrow come. I'll get you on.
Yeah. But tomorrow, 8 o'clock, we've got Lee Judges. We've got Eduardo. So come on tomorrow and have your say and speak to the guys. Look, it's been a poor night for Arsenal. They've let us all down again.
I'm vexed, man.
And we just wait and we just have to wait and see what happens and what who pull what move and we'll go from there. But listen, guys, thank you very much for giving us your time. Subscribe, obviously, if you're new. Hit the like video. Thank you for everybody who came on.
My Trinidad brother.
Right, everybody who came on, thank you for your time. Much appreciated. We all wanted to I think we all felt a little bit better speaking to each other. It's a shame they don't care about this club as much as we do. But as Lev normally say, I'm Shahin. This is Arsenal Lounge. This is Lev. This is Arsenal Lounge. We'll see you guys tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Have a good evening, and we'll see you guys soon. Lev, you want to say anything?
Nah, man. Nah.
Conky out. Arteta
You just reminded me, man. Fuck that shit. Big up, boys.
Good night, guys.